See the next one, housemaid. C, lack of job security, right there. D, sports persons, right there, sports persons, sportsmen.
Ma'am, your screen is blurred.
See, we are on page 71. We have that second question down in our country engineering. Come to C. Housemaid, lack of job security. Then D, sports person, right there, sports person. D, right, sports person. Now, sportsmen insecurity. Why? Because they do not, they cannot play till their retirement. Only when they are fit and fine and young they can play. So insecurity, shorter term, right there, shorter term. Then E, right? E. Next one, hawkers.
What?
Hawkers. Hawkers, hawkers.
Yes.
Those who sell the small businessmen.
Yes.
Selling vegetables and all that. So hawkers. Now, what is there? They do uncertainty in business. They may be able to sell their all the products. They may not sell. So loss and profit. Hawkers, uncertainty in business. Uncertainty in business. Now down there is another web. Now in this web, it is agriculture, the backbone of India. 60% of economy of India is based on agriculture. The first one is already given. Come to the next one, that is food processing companies based on agriculture. Food processing companies based on agriculture, right there. Because from there also, that Indian economy we get that is based on agriculture and income from there also. So food processing companies based on agriculture or agri-based industries. Next one, equipment and fertilizers. The equipment and fertilizers means the farming, the agricultural tools, like the tractors and other tools. So irrigation system. Equipment and fertilizers also are the major source of income. Equipment or tools and fertilizers also major source of income. See, all this is based on agriculture. People get employment, income from there. Then the next one, 17% of total GDP contributes, that is agriculture, contributes 17% of GDP. 17% contributes, that is Indian economy, contributes 17% of GDP.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes?
Ma'am, we can't see your screen. Many students are telling.
You can't see at all.
It's very blurred. Now is it okay?
Why did
Once more. Once more, it is blue.
Yeah. Come to the next page, 72. Now, this particular poem, The Sower, is written by Victor Hugo, who is a French novelist, poet, dramatist. Now, he has actually written the poem in French, and who has translated, Torulata Dutt has translated it. Now, Torulata Dutt is also, she's the first Indian poetess who has written in English and French. Because she knew that, she translated this poem into English. Now, Torulata Dutt, you must have seen you must have read the Casuarina tree in school. I don't know whether you have done it, but here it is about the poet is writing about the sower. I'll do that. Sitting in a porchway cool, sunlight I see dying fast. He says, he's sitting in the, Victor Hugo is sitting in the porchway, that is a veranda, the open area or the balcony, and he can see the sunlight dying fast, means almost day is ending and twilight or evening time approaching. Twilight hastens on to rule. Twilight, now it is going to be, now what is there? You can see the twilight fast approaching, and now that will be there for some time. Working hours have well nigh passed, shadows run across the lands. Working hours have passed, have almost passed. Now see, people work throughout the day, that those hours have passed, and they can see the shadows in the evening, those longer shadows because of the setting sun. So those shadows can be seen on the lands, longer shadows. But a sower lingers still, old in rags, he patient stands. Now, everybody has gone home after the hard work, but this man, sower, is still there in the fields. He is still there in the fields, lingering. Looking on, I feel a thrill, black and high solitude dominates the furrows deep. Now, he looks at the poet. He's thrilled, he's excited seeing this man. Now, he's old, he's in rags, so you can make out he's a poor farmer. And he's thrilled at him, seeing him at this part of the day, evening time, when the night after almost there is the sunset and the moonrise. So that time, at that time too, he's still there in the fields. Black and high, his salute dominates the furrows deep. What he can see is the salute, his outline. He cannot make out. His face is not clearly visible. He's not. He cannot make out who the man is, but he can make out the outline. That from the outline, this man is old. He's poor, and he's bending over the furrows. Furrows are dug up land where the seeds can be sown. Now to sow, the task is set. Now what he's doing, his task is now done, almost done at the end of the day now, evening time. Soon shall come a time to reap. Now they will, after a few months, there will be a time, there will be a harvest, and he'll be reaping that harvest. Marches he along the plain to and fro and scatters wide. How does he do? Along those furrows, he's walking to and fro, and he's scattering the grains. From his hands, the precious grain. He calls it the precious grain. The seeds are precious grain. Why? Because it is from these seeds that plants will grow and more food grains will be produced to feed the hungry people. So that he calls it the precious grain. Muse I as I see him stride. Muse I think of it as he's walking by. Now he's walking home. I see him stride, walking by. Darkness deepens, it is still darker. Fades the light, there's hardly any light, fading light. Now his gestures to my eyes are august and strange. His height seems to touch the starry skies. Now his gestures or gestures. Now all his work and his activity that he has seen, Victor Hugo, he calls him a noble person, a noble personality. Now two meanings: noble personality. He has done a noble job because he is growing the food grains for the people. And another, he's still there in the fields at
Ma'am,
the end.
screen is not visible. It's
Yes,
very
ma'am, we
small.
can't see it.
It's very
Well,
blur.
well, keep your textbooks open now, students. I don't know why it's happening, because keep your textbooks open. I'm giving, I don't know what to do.
Ma'am, nothing is visible at all.
News eye, as I see him stride, he thinks that darkness deepens, fades the light. Fading light, there he can.
Ma'am, can you repeat what you have taught in 10 minutes ago?
See, the poem is about the sower, a poor old man who's still there in the evening at the twilight time. Others, the working hours are over. People have all gone home to relax or whatever after a tired day, but this man is still there in the fields. What he's doing is he's going up and down in the fields near the furrows, dug up land, and he's sowing he's scattering the seeds for the plants that will grow, and soon he will get the harvest. Okay, and he will reap that harvest. Now he calls it a precious grain. The seeds are precious naturally because they are going to, the sooner the plants will grow from those seeds, and the food grains in abundance will grow, and he will reap the harvest. So it's a precious grain that he is, what he has in his hand and he's sowing. Muse I, as I see him stride. Muse I, he thinks. He says, I'm thinking. As I see him walking by, now he has completed the task of sowing. Now he's returning home. Darkness deepens. It is dark. And the light has faded. And his gestures, his expressions, and just for him are august. August means noble. He calls him a noble man because he's doing a noble work of sowing the seeds of, farming, as to say, which is like the most essential thing in our life, the food grains. So, noble man, a noble personality, he doesn't leave it half done. He completes his task and then only he is going. So, he calls him a noble personality. Now, in spite of being poor and all, he's confident that he'll get a good harvest. But he's not thinking of that. He doesn't know. He may get a good harvest, he may not get a good harvest, but he's doing his duty. And so, because he has to, and that is his job. So he says, he calls him a noble personality. His height seems to touch the starry skies. His height. Now, when we see in the open area, when you see outside, what you see in the background is the sky, whether it's a tree or a building behind you see, and you feel as if it is touching the sky. Same thing with this sower here. He says, the Victor Hugo says that his height seems to touch the sky there, the shadow there. And it has two meanings because he has done his work, a noble work, and it seems to him that it is the highest type of job that he has done. So that is about the sower. Now mark down some of the poetic devices. See now, from starting, first we will do the alliteration. There are 3 poetic devices here: alliteration, personification, and inversion. I will explain what is inversion later on. First, take down the alliteration. A sower lingers still. See this line? But a sower lingers still is alliteration, SS. Now you can write in short, ALLI. Don't write the full thing. ALLI, it is for you to understand. Sower lingers still, alliteration. Then dominates the furrows deep. Here also it is alliteration, D and D.
Ma'am, what is rags?
What is?
Rags, RAGS.
Rags. Rags mean torn clothes.
Okay.
So torn, actually, yeah. So dominates the furrows deep is alliteration. Come down, darkness deepens, DD. Then above, from his hands the precious grain, HH, alliteration.
Yeah.
Then seems to touch the last line also, alliteration, SS. Now we go to personification. Twilight hastens on to rule. Twilight hastening, human quality hastening given. So it is personification. Third line, personification.
Ma'am, what is that twilight hastens?
Personification you want? Oh,
Yeah.
hastens, which is that? Hastens means hurrying.
What?
How we
Hurry.
for work, hurry, it means hurry, hastens.
Okay.
So twilight is hurrying, and it will rule means it will be there for some time. Twilight means the evening time, that is the after the sunset. So twilight is hurrying and it will be there for some time. That it means twilight hastens on to rule. It is spreading all over the place. So that is personification. Now, why it is personification? Human beings hurry, like, for their work, for their job, train, bus, whatever. So that quality is given to twilight. So it is personification. Shadows run across the lands. See this line? Shadows run across the lands. Running. Shadows cannot run. So it is personification. Shadows run across the lands. Shadows can be seen on the lands. So running. Personification.
हे हर्ष मम्मी आई अभी तक किधर गई
Yeah, mute yourself. Who is that?
Sorry.
Rahul, mute yourself. Okay. Come to the next, where was that? Sunlight I see dying fast. See the second line? Sunlight cannot die, but human quality, so it is personification. Second line, sunlight I see dying fast, personification. Now we have a third poetic device, third figure of speech, which is inversion. Now what is inversion? The words are not in the correct prose order. And in poetry or in poems, this device is used to give a better effect or to give a deeper meaning or to write in short. So this is inversion. Now the first example is Old in rags, he patient stands. Now this is inversion, INVERSION. Old in rag, he patient. He stands patiently. An old man stand patiently in rags is the correct order. So the order.
Ma'am, it means inappropriate order, no?
Yeah, it is not in the proper order. So it is inversion. Yes. Yes. No, but then it's not totally in the proper sentence, no? Well, yes. You're saying that you have to write it in the correct order in the exam? No, not necessary. You can only write, yeah, no, unless it is given, yeah. You can say the words are not in the proper prose order. So it is inversion. Then, now to sow, the task is set. Come to this line. Now to sow, the task is set. The task is set to sow. Now the task is set to sow is the correct order, but it is not in the proper order, so it is inversion. Now to sow, the task is set, inversion. Soon shall come a time to reap. A time to reap will soon come. That way it is. So it is inversion. Soon shall come a time to reap, inversion. Marches he along the plain, inversion. He marches along the plain. Now, why do we have this kind of system? Because we want rhyming words.
Ma'am, can you repeat the inversion? Second one, no, third one.
What is the third one? Soon shall come a time to reap. Yeah.
No,
Soon
previous
shall
one.
come a time to reap.
Previous second one, sorry.
Now to sow, the task is set. Now to sow, the task is set.
Thank you.
Marches he along the plain. He marches along the plain. That is also inversion. Then come to this line. Next line, scatters wide from his hands the precious grain. That is also inversion. Then, now his gestures to my eyes are august. That is also inversion. Come to the next page. Now see that there are some challenges the farmer has to face. In this column, it is given. First one, it is given water scarcity. So what if there is no water scarcity? He can go for rainwater harvesting. He must find out that method. Second, credit and indebtedness. Now, supposing he doesn't have enough finances or money for seeds or whatever, what he can do? Right there, take loans from governments. Second one, right, take loans from governments. Loans from governments, second one. Third, land issues. Now, what are land issues? Now, see, some farmers may not have land to cultivate.
Drought.
Yeah, plot to cultivate. Or some farm or some lands may be just lying like that because of some disputes or quarrels and court cases and all that. So two methods are there. Cooperative farming, right? Cooperative farming. What they can do is large piece of land, many can get together and start cooperative farming. Comma, clear titles of land. The titles of land should be cleared, means it should be made open for cultivation, which is lying just like that. Clear titles of lands. Fourth one, climatic changes. Now, climatic changes, sometimes there is water, there is rain, no, sometimes drought. So, reduce greenhouse gas emission. Reduce greenhouse gas emission. Write that. Next one, social groups. Now, what are social groups? Now, there are many types of groups there, and they have problems. They want to. There's competition and new schemes and all that. There are problems also. So, what should be done for these so many groups? And what is happening in Delhi and all that? That is all because of the farmers' issues, problems. So, there should be public policies right there. Public policies, so that all can follow the same system and there will be no disputes. So public policies. Sixth, now lack of advanced technology. Some are still following or don't know how to use it or following the old system. So creation of technology. They can create some technology. Creation of technology. Number 6. Number 7, diversification. What is diversification? Now see that agriculture is not just growing the crops. Distribution, marketing, transportation, all that, so many things are required. So how will the farmer know that? So technology, market and provision, right, like that. Technology, how through net and mobiles and all that, papers, newspapers, meetings, so on. Yeah, the diversification, there is so much of, so many areas in agriculture where different occupation and different types of people, skilled people are required and all. Now, let's see, there is the food grains have to be transported, they have to be sent to the market, price has to be decided. All that is diversification. It is not just growing the crops. So for that, what the farmer should do, use technology, means technology, market and provision, right? I'll explain right at first. Technology, market and provision of economic incentives. Of economic incentives means what? He has to see where where he is going to get the profit, benefit. He cannot just sell it, the food grains anywhere. He has to find a good market. He has to see who is going to provide him better, profit benefits, and make use of a better technology to find out which area. Okay, so technology, market, and provision of economic incentives. Next one, market risk. Now, market risk means what? Some market risk means, there's too much, some bargain too much. He will not get the farmer will not get the actual price. So, again, some issues crop up. So what should be done? Farmers should receive the price they desire. Farmers should receive the price they desire. No, see, but actually, this should be the solution. What happens is, there's too much of bargaining, and these middlemen are, exploiting the farmers. So that is wrong. So farmers should receive the price they desire for their work.
Ma'am, in sixth, In sixth one, the solution should be provide knowledge for the technology.
Yes, that only. So you can write that creation of knowledge of technology also you can write creation and knowledge. See, if he cannot use modern technology or doesn't know, he can even use some of his own skills or methods. That also you can write. And you can write also knowledge of technology. Okay. Now come to the next one. Poet has observed the sewer closely. Okay. That we'll be doing because it's the whole thing he has seen from his porch. We've seen the sewer working late in the evening, and that also very confidently selfish, not having any selfish motive, without thinking of the consequences. He is at his work. So he knows that uh, if he does his work sincerely, naturally, there will be good crops there. So that is about the sewer. Now we'll do that. Now that will come now, the whole thing. The poet is wanted to call him an august personality. Now, why does he call him an august personality? Make use of these words: hard work, hard work. Now, naturally, people have, gone home after their day's work, but this man is still, the sow is still there, lingering in the fields, sowing the precious grains. So that is hard work. He does not want to leave the work half done for the next day, for the following day. So he is at it. He wants to complete his task. So that is hard work. Perseverance. Perseverance again is the same thing. He doesn't want to leave it half done. He knows from his experience that he has to complete the task uh, during the given time, during the set time or whatever it is. So he wants to complete it and doesn't even seem to, the poet doesn't seem he doesn't see him tired or relaxing or anything. He's continuously doing his work in the field. Dedication. He's so dedicated now after years of experience. He knows that is his job and he has to complete it. Dedication. Examples of alliteration we have done. Now seems to touch the starry skies is the word imagery. Now this is another kind of this word imagery. Now what is word imagery? Now words which are used for imagination, to give a picture of through imagination. Now another example is, take down the other example. Twilight hastens onto rule. Just underline that line. Twilight hastens onto rule. This is also word imagery, that we are using the words to imagine the picture that twilight is running, hurrying there. So it is word imagery. Twilight hastens onto rule, the third line. His silhouette here dominates the furrows deep. Now, see how the picture of him bending, going towards the furrows and sowing the seeds. That is also word imagery. We can imagine that his outline near the furrows. Okay. Now, write in up. Now, for your students, for appreciation and lines of the poem, you'll write it in the notebook. Rest of it, you leave it in the textbook, and when you're reading it, you understand it. 2 to 3 readings are sufficient. Now, this you have to write appreciation of the poem and the lines of the. Now we'll do that on the next page. First, let's do this appreciation. Now, what is that I said? All poems have. This is a compulsory question, and 2-3 points will be given. And how much will you write? Supposing it is a 4 marks question, you will write half a page. You can write it in the form of a paragraph or write it in points. Now let's do it. Now about the poem, poet, and the title. You can take any one. Say about the poem, it's about the sower. The poet is, he's thrilled seeing the sower work at the end of the day too. So the title, the sower, is appropriate. Then theme, 2 to 3 sentences on each point, not more than that. Then theme. What is the theme here? It's about the sower working hard in the fields, sowing the seeds because he knows he is doing his duty very sincerely. That is the theme. Poetic devices we have already done. That is the alliteration, the personification, inversion, and personification. Then special features you will say about focusing the elements. His special features is about that only. End of the day, he's working so hard, and then he the same thing here. There's a repetition of everything. We just try to say change the words a little.
Ma'am, what is language here? Style and language.
Language you will say simple. Words are simple. Language is the style of the poem. It's a simple style. Yes. No. No, tone is, in angrily, supposing he's saying now softly or, politely. That is the tone. Here it is a simple, there's no particular tone there here. It is a simple style. The language is simple. That the tone and all will come in some other poems later on. There is no tone as such here. Here you can say appreciation. That is the appreciation only we are doing. Come to the next. Values are important. Values and message. Now, all the points will not be there. You will get 4 points or 2 points, depending. 4 marks question or 2 marks question. If it is 2 marks question, just write 4 to 5 sentences. If it is 4 marks question, on 4 points, write not more than half a page. Then come to values and message. One, here you really learn some value. What is that? That the sower is not, he doesn't know the consequences, whether he'll get a good harvest or not, but he's doing his work sincerely. Same as in similar way, whatever task we do, we should do it without thinking of the result. We should do it sincerely and complete it in time. Only then the task will be successful. So this is what is the value, the message in the poem. Your opinion about the poem, you can say the same thing. We learn a message, we get a moral from this poem about doing our task sincerely without any selfish motive. Summary is going to be the same thing what we have done. Appreciation and all that. Now the next one is important. See the next one. I'll finish this today. Compose a poem on a farmer. See this, he sweats. Now, we have to complete now. He sweats. He sweats throughout the day. Now, how I've ended day. Now, the next line will end with, will rhyme it, will end with either hey, pay me, yes. When you're writing appreciation, no, then you will write about the point. No, just 1 or 2 lines. Just 1 or 2 lines, not more than that. 1 or 2 lines, 1 or 2 sentences. He sweats. Now, supposing you say he sweats throughout the day. It has ended with day. Now, the next line will end with either pay, may, say. Okay. So now he said sweats throughout the day. He does not fret. His work will pay. Okay. That way. So you have to write. Now write it in your own style, each one, and show me next time for homework. Do this is your homework. Now the next one is the letter writing, which I will do it during the writing skill. So I'm not doing that. The next one is this, already given. It's already given. Just go through it. You don't have to learn it. You should know who is that. What is food microbiologist, horticulturist, that's all. Just go through that. The next one is just again go through it. Where these such questions are not asked. Where is Kharagpur and that Krishi Vidyapith and all? But this is just for your knowledge. The last one is green revolution. Is about food production, and white revolution is the milk production. So that we come to this end of it. I have taken more time. If you have any doubts, please ask me next time and do the 2 things right for homework. That is appreciation and the slides. Thank you, students.
Thank you, Miss. Bye, Miss.
Bye, miss.